Luca is the new Pixar movie that just hit Disney Plus, and it is one of the worst Pixar movies I have ever seen. Um, you know, this is not Cars 2 level bad. And some people, but, even movies from Pixar I really hate, like Incredibles 2. I could go, oh, there's some interesting filmmaking. There's a couple scenes I laughed at. There's a couple moments I enjoyed. People think The Good Dinosaur is really weak. And I agree with that. I think it's not one of Pixar's best. I think it's definitely one of their weakest movies. But even that movie had something I liked about it, a few things I liked about it. This movie is. I can't believe Pixar made this movie. I guess let's just tell you what this movie is about and then I'll get into the review. This movie is about Luca, who meets this kid Alberto, or I think it was Alberto. See, I can't even remember. I just watched the movie and I can't remember. But whatever. This kid, and they're two sea monsters, and they start going to the surface, and they're humans, and that's the movie. It's a coming of age movie where this kid goes up to the surface and kind of explores around. Now, when trailers started coming out for this movie, I was looking at it going, oh, okay, there's probably going to be some twist. Because you know how Pixar movies are. There's like Onward, right? You see the trailer, but there's a twist to the movie, and that's what makes the movie kind of come together. So I thought, Pixar movies usually have some twist. Soul kind of had a twist in the narrative that made the movie go, right? You didn't expect the body swap thing. So the trailers really meant nothing. So, I was excited for this movie. And let's get the positives out of the way. This movie's gorgeous. It looks phenomenal. I every The thing is I don't talk that much about that in Pixar reviews, and that's because or animated movie reviews, because the thing you need to understand is that yes, you can have a beautiful looking movie, but if your story, your characters, or anything of substance to a movie is garbage, then it doesn't matter how pretty your movie looks. And this movie looked very pretty. The water, animation and the character designs and how they transform is really beautiful. Um, but there isn't a story here. I started this movie 5 minutes into the movie, and I was already bored. I knew everywhere this movie was gonna go. I was bored out of my mind, and it's just so boring. It's just, oh, these two kids exploring human world, and they do things, and it's like I've seen all of this before. Maybe not exactly like characters being sea monsters specifically, but I've seen characters who are some supernatural being. They have to hide their identity, and then they live amongst humans until it's eventually revealed. It's a really boring story. It's not interesting, and I thought several points throughout the story, oh, there's gonna be this twist, right? There's gonna be like this dead family member, and that's gonna be like the emotional heart to this movie. There is no emotional heart. Some people say it's like the friendship of these two characters, but like, kind of. But there is no like, oh, I felt something there. I didn't feel anything there. This movie is just boring. Like, it's just, I can't believe this is a Pixar movie, right? Because even their worst movies, besides like Cars 2 and crap like that, are like, oh, there's some kind of like, you know, I, I don't know. Even the worst movie I can never say was bored by, except for Cars 2. But this is boring. Because it's a generic movie made by a studio that is not known for making generic movies at all, and it's just, this is just, wow. I am so disappointed. I can see why they put this on Disney Plus. because I couldn't imagine paying money to see this in a theater because it was that boring and worthless. Like I I think there might be fans who will like this movie, I guess, but I could imagine if I was a kid being bored by this because it's such a nothing, vapid experience. It's just like, what is this? There's no story, there's no characters, there's nothing here. It's just a boring movie about two boys going up to the human world and hiding their identity. And it's just like, you've seen it 1,000 times. Can't believe that this company made a story like this that I've seen over and over again. I can't believe this is a movie that the great Pixar made. Like, this is just, I'm not even someone who likes Pixar as much as most people. I think that they're actually not making as many good movies as they used to make. And even I was just like appalled that this even got made. Like, I can't believe people pitched this and it got greenlit into this. Because what is this? It's just nothing. It is just nothing. The worst Pixar movie, I think, since Cars 2. I know people say Good Dinosaur. I'll put it right below that. Because at least Good Dinosaur was like, okay, a little boring. There's some plot elements that are familiar to other Pixar Disney movies and things, but for the most part, Good Dinosaur was kind of its own thing. It had a heart to it. There are a couple moments I felt something. This movie didn't make me feel anything, and this is the third worst Pixar movie if you ask me. And I'm gonna put Brave, Incredibles 2 just below Good Dinosaur. Those are like my 5 worst Pixar movies. I know some people really hate that I put Incredibles 2 so low, but honestly, it's not a review for Incredibles 2, so I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, Incredibles 2 sucks. But, I mean, I just wow. I can't believe Pixar made this movie. It's kind of funny because I saw a review for this movie where someone said, it hurts a lot more because it's a Pixar movie. And that's why, people are being a little bit more negative to it, is because if any other studio made it, it would be fine. Which is kind of true to an extent, but like, the fact of the matter is, if another studio had made it, I still wouldn't like this movie. Because this is a generic, boring, nothing movie. It's not bad because Pixar made it, and Pixar movies are usually better than this. No, it's bad because it's just a movie that is just nothing. It is just nothing. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Like, if the animation, voice acting, and score were good, but nothing else. Nothing else.